Russian assaults have bogged down in Avdiivka and in Bakhmut both. The front lines have stalled and Russians are losing momentum and initiative on everywhere on the battlefield. Ukraine has started an incredibly vast information war, information operation about the future upcoming counteroffensive. Almost daily, Ukrainian officials, different level, different kind of officials are mentioning how they will take back Crimea, what will they need for it, how they will administer it later, when it will happen and how big of a force they will use. This is not a coincidence, this is done on purpose to create a spot for Crimea in Ukrainian minds and the fear in the Russian minds. It's an inevitable outcome in the future, that's the Ukrainian goal. In my eyes, the force that Ukraine has gathered, about 60,000+ men in reserves right now to strike, I would say, from the south. I don't see this force liberating Crimea. I think they would strike south. What are other indicators that this counteroffensive is coming? Well, you remember what happened before the Kherson offensive. Ukraine was systematically attacking Russian positions and logistics in the Russian rear. Well, the same thing is happening right now. For example, this is a destroyed Russian Buk air defense system. It was destroyed somewhere around this area. And this has been happening daily. Military bloggers don't report much on it now because it happens so much. It's a very repetitive thing to report on. But Melitopol being one of the biggest Russian rear cities right now, there are explosions happening here daily. Russian logistics is being destroyed daily. Much like it was before the Kherson offensive, and it was very successful. Ukrainians are doing the groundwork right now for the upcoming counteroffensive. In the southern eastern Crimea, there's a city of Feodosia right here. Here a Ukrainian missile fell down or was shot down, and this is the furthest Crimean city Ukrainian missile has been spotted on. And this connects to the information ops. Every Ukrainian official is talking about Crimea right now, and now we see missiles so deep into Crimea, Russians are getting the message. Ukraine will take Crimea if missiles are falling down in Feodosia right now. How do we know the Ukrainian info ops and the preparations have been successful? Sentinel-2 satellite images show us that Russians dug a 70 kilometers long trench line in the Zaporozhye Oblast. It is very likely that the counteroffensive might start from Zaporozhye Oblast, but nobody knows where. So Russians dig an extremely long trench line. It takes a lot of effort and time to do these things. When doing research about these Ukrainian updates, I sometimes have to click links that I'm not sure how safe they are, or if they're gonna track my activity. This is why I use Atlas VPN. With Atlas VPN, you can search the web with organic search results and do it without tracking your activity. Enjoy the most affordable online protection for just $1.83 per month. This is more than just the VPN. It blocks all the malicious links, ads and trackers and notifies you when someone is trying to steal your data. Atlas VPN protects all your devices with just one single subscription. Grab the big deal, because now Atlas VPN Premium is only $1.83 per month, plus 3 months extra, and with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Protect your privacy and get many benefits of Atlas VPN for the ridiculously low price. You can take this deal by clicking the link in the video description below. Be quick, as this is a limited time offer. This Russian car has been driving around with a missile attached on top of it, sighting to Washington. This one is supposed to be Lada Samara, if I'm not mistaken. And it's a potato, it's not a car, believe me. Since the car was made in Russia, it broke down and they had to transfer the nuclear missile to another car. Which one? Drum roll. This one. Now this is not a Lada, no, this is a level up. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is a Volga station wagon body. Volgas are like the next level car from Lada. It's the one level higher car. They didn't usually come with a station wagon body. So this is a quite rare car. They put a missile on this one. The missile had its coordinates ready to launch towards Washington, but since it was made in Russia, the electronics malfunctioned and it hit a local bus instead of the US Capitol. No destruction for America this time. Oh. Did you hear that? What's that? Are you hearing this? He's back! Quickly, get your snacks! Prigozhin is being a military blogger again.
Информация с Украины по информации различных наших источников. Ориентировочно украинцы должны начать наступление.
See, now Prigozhin is also part of Ukrainian info ops, because the more the counteroffensive is talked about, the better it is. The more fear it will sow into the Russian minds, and Prigozhin is doing the part. Great job.
Это наступление они сейчас пока не начинают, ждут, когда окончательно просохнет почва, может быть, ждут какие-то дополнительные прибамбасы, ракеты, бронетехнику и еще что-то. Без разницы, что они ждут. У них собрано порядка 200.
No, that is an inflated number, and it comes perhaps from the documents that were leaked. I'm sure you have heard about them. I have not covered this story, but the leaked documents about the upcoming counteroffensive US and Ukrainian intelligence, these numbers there are possibly inflated. We don't know which side did it. And the Ukrainian losses have been inflated also, and the Russian losses deflated. As much as I've kept an eye on this intel and this information, Ukraine has about 60 to 80,000 troops trained and ready in reserves to attack this 200,000 personnel and 400,000. This is maybe the personnel still undergoing training in the mobilization process, but they will not be utilized in the counteroffensive. But great job, Prigozhin, in sowing fear to the Russian mindset.
По некоторым источникам до 400 тысяч личного состава. Недооценивать это нельзя.
It cannot be underestimated. Отлично, прекрасно. This is the first video of the British AS-90 155mm self-propelled howitzer. Correction, it's an armoured self-propelled howitzer. It's in Ukraine. In total, the UK committed to donate about 30 of these to the Ukrainian armed forces, and they will be used in the formation of the new brigades. Well, most of the brigades for the counteroffensive have been formed already, so I'm guessing these self-propelled howitzer are already formulated into the assault brigades. It can fire standard charges in the range of 25 kilometers, that's 15 miles, with a 39 caliber barrel. With a 52 caliber barrel, it can fire in the range of 30 kilometers. The maximum rate of fire is 3 rounds in 10 seconds, or 6 rounds per minute if you fire 3 minutes in a row, or 2 per minute if you fire 60 minutes in a row. There's a difference. How much rounds can you fire in a certain amount of time depends on how long will you continue to fire. These barrels need to cool down. There's a huge issue in Ukraine with artillery. With artillery barrels, there's a very strong fire limitation. You can physically load the round faster than you can fire it because the barrel needs to cool down. You cannot fire. 3 rounds per 10 seconds is an insanely fast rate of fire for an artillery. After that, the barrel needs to cool for a few minutes before you can fire again. If you need to continuously fire for 60 minutes, you fire and then you have to wait 30 seconds and then you fire. But Ukrainians sometimes forget this or don't follow this. There are many instances where the barrels wear out or they blow themselves to pieces, the barrels. The front end of the barrels go like that. Or the barrels become very inaccurate. Ukrainians want to fire a lot more than the barrels allow them. New barrels take time to reach the front lines. It's one of the biggest deficits in the artillery forces, actually, new barrels. Russians don't much have that issue because Russian Soviet-made howitzers are imprecise anyway. So it doesn't really matter much if they go more imprecise when you fire. A lot of them, they use them as area weapons anyway, targeting a huge area, not pinpoint accuracy like Ukrainians do with the Western artillery. If you want pinpoint accuracy, you really have to follow the barrel firing limit. Russians don't. They're not after a pinpoint accuracy because they don't have the capability for it. This is Russian 1L119 Neba SVU VHF multifunctional radar system. It's the first documented loss of one. It has the range of 380 kilometers and altitude of 180 kilometers, so it's quite powerful. We were taught in the army that everything with big antennas is a high value target, and it is. Big antennas or small antennas, any kind of antennas means communications, which is vital, the most important thing. In this war, we also see how Russians carry such big losses because they're unable to communicate. Different branches of Russian military, air force and the ground forces with artillery are unable to communicate effectively and coordinate attacks. So if you see an antenna or a radar system or anything that resembles a radar, you destroy that first. If it comes down to a choice to destroy a tank or a radar system, then the radar system goes first. Radars are extremely expensive to make and they are rare. Under sanctioned, Russia is actually unable to produce radars like this anymore, so you take it out, one less radar, never to be made again. Now we have a Ukrainian report video on NASAMS anti-air defense system. Video is translated again by Dmitry, aka War Translated. His link is in the description below.
Командир бригады позвонил, сказал, все, їдеш навчатися за кордон. Я говорю, куди? На NASAMS. Все, прийнял. Так оно і було. Команда вже собрана, все, вперед. Добре, що дуже багато поїхало молодих офіцерів. була мрія. Служити на якомусь більш досконалому зенітно-ракетному комплексі, ніж С-300. Це вже стара техніка, яка вже доживає свої, запчастин немає. Техніка працює на ентузіазмі інженерно-технічного складу кожного підрозділу.
Ми робимо все для того, щоб на озброєнні зенітно-ракетної бригади були зенітно-ракетні комплекси нового покоління. На перспективу я бачу, що ми вперше в цій бригаді відмовимося від використання зенітно-ракетних комплексів старого парку.
This system protects Kiev and Kharkiv and the bigger cities of Ukraine. The system protects. Ukraine cannot protect all of their cities and towns because it's a huge area, it's a huge country. You can concentrate anti-air defense systems into one area to make a defensive layer, a shield, air shields, if you will. And they have chosen to do that around big cities, which is logical, of course. But that means that there are plenty of targets in Ukraine that don't have protection at all because they don't have enough of these NASAMS or Patriots or whichever ones they're using. So these are in Kharkiv and Kiev.
Я думаю, в ближайший час зенітно-ракетна бригада буде озброєна всіма новітніми комплексами, які будуть в Україні.
Це звичайний радар, але він удосконалений, в ньому знаходиться комп'ютер, він і виявляється пультом керування, а також на ньому зразу розрахунок може бачити повітряну обстановку. Тут набагато все простіше, надійніше.
Де бачимо всю обстановку, наблюдаємо на локаторі, виліт, низьколетящі цілі, працюємо в 7 різних режимах.
Все залежить від ЕПР, ефективної площі розсіювання, тобто розмір літака, скажімо, блискучі точки, ну, це з радіолокації все. Ну, до 120 кілометрів бачили цілі. Знаходимося на пункті бойового управління зенітно-ракетного комплексу NASAMS. На цих робочих місцях знаходиться бойова обслуга, яка заступає на добу, і вона безпосередньо веде бойові дії під керівництвом командира підрозділу. Знаходиться повітряна обстановка, все відбувається дуже швидко, натискається.
It's so weird seeing, I'm not connected to the situation in the anti-air or new equipment, but you know, I watched the Ukrainian war. Most of the techniques and radars I see are made from in the Soviet times. Now you see Ukrainian guys being inside the radar room, huge touchscreens in front of them. They're fast, they refresh fast, they have good quality. I'm not used to seeing these. So weird for me, honestly. In America, I guess everybody's used to it. Everything is new and refreshed. It was weird for me to see the new inside of the Oshkosh vehicles that will replace the Humvees. Touchscreens everywhere, big touchscreens. I mean, these vehicles will be driving in the Middle East countries where there's dust everywhere and under attack, and then you have these touchscreens. They have to be goddamn good. I guess they are. We didn't have anything like it in the Estonian military.
На ціль просто елементарно або пальцем екран сенсорний, або курсором миші.
So weird.
Офіцер бойового управління віддає наказ порядок обстрілу цілі. Ну, це режими ведення бойових дій. Офіцер нажимає цю кнопочку.
It does most of the work for you.
Все, що буде в цьому секторі, все буде знищуватися автоматично.
I know Estonia is actually buying not these very specific ones, but we are buying mid-range anti-air defense systems. We don't have them yet. Can you believe it? We're buying them. It's a very expensive purchase for Estonia, so this is the very near future for us. Not this very specific system, but the capability.
Це пускова установка каністр лаунчер, 6 ракет Амрам АІМ-120. Дана пускова установка вже знищила 6 крилатих ракет. Тобто вона у нас така найбільш бойова. Ось дана надпис на лючку, на радарі нам залишили наші колеги, які нас навчали. Побажання написали і поставили свої підписи, коли ми вже прощалися з ними. Дякую
From America with love.
Друзям, які надали нам даний зенітний ракетний комплекс. Також зенітно-ракетні комплекси Irish-T, які разом з NASAMS стануть основою зенітно-ракетного прикриття України.
Hell yeah. Damn it, I wish US would give those to us, because we honestly, Estonia doesn't have we don't have the money for them. We need mid-range anti-air capabilities, and we need them right now. The money situation is that we're gonna have to plan them in the next 5-6 years to make the purchase, because they're so expensive for us. So yeah, America, please, if you can just give them to us, that would be lovely. I included this video in here because it's just pretty. A Ukrainian fighter pilot, Vadim Voroshilov, flying over Ukraine, and he shared the video with the sentence, "How beautiful is our country." And it truly is beautiful. I just wanted to share this with you. Now, the weirdest and the last video of the day, we're gonna watch how a model becomes a soldier. A Ukrainian model, I forgot to say, of course.
У мене в планах було там, можливо, якісь контракти за кордоном. А ті дівчатка, хто поїхали зараз, хто виїхали, вони дуже добре себе зарекомендували в Європі. Вони зараз дуже добре працюють. Я спостерігаю за було відбір прийти. Ну, як вам сказати, враховувала. То мені, в принципі, але одразу сказали, що умови однакові для всіх. Тобто я одразу розуміла, куди.
So weird to see this. Of course, women and men can both protect the country, and of course they can, but it's like, it's gonna be difficult, but she's a strong woman, I guess.
Я йду, там, що ніхто мене тут жаліти не буде. Було важко. Фізична витривалість, елементарно. Тобто мій організм був до цього не готовий. Ну, плюс я знала, що я дуже хочу сюди потрапити, тому в мене не було іншого вибору.
Переходжу до нижніх кінцівок. Бачу масивну кровотечу. Накладайте руку.
З початку повномасштабного вторгнення, з першого дня, він та його колеги виконують бойові завдання на сході країни. Якщо ми там раз на 2 місяці, на 1 день чи
Even holding a Kalashnikov, right? You see it all in the computer games, in the movies. This is a heavy weapon, actually. To hold it properly for a longer period of time, your shoulder muscles gotta be strong. I'm a man with big shoulder muscles, and to hold a weapon and aim it properly like this for 5 minutes, your shoulders will get tired. And if you do it for a long time, they will get used to it. For a woman who hasn't trained the shoulders, this is gonna be very, very, very difficult at the beginning. But it's trainable, of course, everything is. So I wish you well, Julia. My friends, now I will butcher the names of 5 new patrons who are supporting this channel. Butchering means I will use my Estonian pronunciation to kill the names of these people. Very thankful for you guys. Mal Elvod, Manon Fiola Johansson, Mr. T, Kristine Karkia, Per, which actually means fart in Estonian. So yeah, thank you, Mr. Per. Thank you for becoming a patron, and if you like my channel, the Patreon link is in the description below. Sign up, I might be butchering your name in the next one. Until my next video, my friends, Slava Ukraini.